Hi guys, welcome back to Hermits, Hounds, and Horses. Today's video is super exciting. If you guys haven't noticed already, I just reached 1,000 subscribers on my channel. I started my channel 2 years ago just for fun and I had no idea it would come this far. So thank you so much to my first 1,000 subscribers for all of your support. I appreciate all of your views and I read all of your comments. I always knew when I reached 1,000 subscribers that I wanted to do something special. To be honest, I didn't come up with any great ideas, but to show my appreciation for you guys, I have decided to make a part 3 of reviewing your Crabitats. You guys have continued to send me photos of your Crabitats and ask for advice, so today I'm going to feature your Crabitats. Once again, thank you for your support. Let's get right into the video. So the first one I'm featuring today is from KBrew21. They say, I have 3 hermit crabs, I use Eco-Earth instead of play sand, and I have a 10-gallon tank. So overall, this is looking like a pretty good setup. I see here that we have a nice heater over on the side of the tank, not underneath. They are also using a proper and safe substrate, although I would make it an inch or 2 deeper. Inside the tank they have some fake plants, some cocoa hides, extra shells, food, and water dishes. Now they didn't send me any pictures of their hermit crabs, so I don't know how big they are, but more than likely these water dishes are not deep enough for their hermit crabs. You'd have to have a really tiny crab for this water dish to be deep enough for them to fully submerge. You want the water dishes to be deep enough for the crabs to fully submerge their shells and their bodies. If you'd like to learn more about hermit crab pools and water dishes, check out my video. I'll put it in the cards here. One other thing I might add to your tank is some more dark hiding places for them. Hermit crabs are shy creatures and sometimes they like to just get away in the darkness by themselves. One inexpensive way to give your hermit crabs more hiding spaces would be to use either a jar or a plastic container. Just fill the inside with substrate and put some on top. That makes it nice and dark like a cave. Overall, your Crabitat looks great and I'm sure your crabs will have a long and healthy life with you. Our next Crabitat is from Christos, who says, my tank is 200 to 250 gallons. That's a big tank. I have 7 hermit crabs right now. I am using pellets, but I will get them fruit. So here's the tank, and it is absolutely huge. The substrate they're using is sand and Eco-Earth, but not mixed together. I've seen it done like this before, so that the crabs can choose to either be on the Eco-Earth side or the sand side. They have the option. Right now they're feeding them pellets, but like they already mentioned, they know it's not the ideal food for them. I'm hoping to make a video soon about the hermit crab diet, because they're actually much more complex than you would think. If I do make that video, it will be in the Hermit Crab Care series. So the main decorations and hiding places in this tank would be the coconut hides and the coconut climbing wall over on the side. I also see a cool piece of wood and some rocks in the background, which are pretty neat. Because you have such a huge tank and hermit crabs love to climb, I would recommend that you make more of a second level for them. You could use branches, vines, fake plants, moss pits. There's a whole lot of stuff that you could do to make a second level for these crabs and give them way more climbing space. But having said that, adding more climbing stuff is really just enrichment for your crabs. You are fulfilling all their basic needs here and you're doing a great job taking care of them. Our next Crabitat is from Rave 2004, who says, I have a 10-gallon tank, I have 4 hermit crabs, and the crabs' names are Loki, Clark, Tony, and Batman. So this Crabitat is a perfect example of what I was saying in the last one about using your second level and maximizing the space in your Crabitat. You can see how they're using fake plants and vines to maximize the space in their tank. Crabs appear to have a good variety of food, and there's also a moss pit on the ground in the corner of the tank. If there's one thing I'm going to critique, it's that 4 crabs is a little bit overcrowded for a 10-gallon. The recommended sizing for hermit crabs is that you want to have at least 5 gallons per hermit crab, and when your crabs get bigger, you want to move it up to 10 gallons per hermit crab. So as is, your hermit crabs have about 2.5 gallons per crab, so I would recommend that you get a bigger tank, or you could get another 10-gallon and split your crabs into 2 groups. Besides that, your Crabitat looks amazing. So our next one is from Ben. And Ben actually doesn't have his hermit crabs anymore, but he sent me photos from when he did have crabs. He had a 75-gallon tank with a 33-gallon Exoterra topper. He had 11 crabs total, and he had most of them for around 15 years, which is pretty amazing in itself. So this is an absolutely gorgeous tank. There's really nothing I can criticize it on. It's wonderful, and I totally understand why his crabs lived for so long with him. So a couple great things about this tank. First of all, the topper. So a topper tank is just when you take a smaller tank, you flip it upside down, and you put it on your bigger tank. And the reason they are so great is because hermit crabs in the wild naturally spend a lot of their time in trees. When you have a topper tank, it allows your hermit crabs to climb much higher than they would in most normal tanks. Another great thing about this tank is that he has 2 digital thermometers in here. One is all the way on the left, and one is all the way on the right. And that way you can record the different temperatures and humidities on both sides of the tank. This is really necessary when you have a large tank like this because the temperature and humidity will fluctuate. I really love all the different types of wood in this tank. There's cholla, there's cork, there's grapewood, and it's all just really good ways to give your crabs enrichment. So great job with your tank, Ben. It looks like it was amazing. Our next Crabitat here is from X Hermit Crabs XXO21, who says, I just got them a new habitat. I have 6 hermit crabs. They are still in painted shells. So this Crabitat is headed in the right direction. There's a couple things I really like about it. It's good to see that they have a heat mat up against the side of the tank instead of underneath. There's also a dial that reads either temperature or humidity, I can't tell from here. The substrate also appears to be a mixture of eco-earth and sand, which is ideal for hermit crabs. I've seen quite a few YouTubers hate on people that have hermit crabs in painted shells, and I honestly don't get it. Because a lot of times when we purchase hermit crabs, they already have painted shells on, and then when you bring them home, some of them can be picky about changing their shells. So just because a hermit crab still has a painted shell on, doesn't necessarily mean that that owner is a horrible person and they're taking bad care of them. Yes, the painted shells are not ideal, but some crabs just take their time changing. One thing I will recommend that you do for your tank is add deeper substrate to give the hermit crabs more space to molt in, and also deeper water dishes so that they can fully submerge. Otherwise, your Crabitat is looking great. So that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you once again for all of your support, and thank you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!